Ready, Stace?
Ready, Darcey?
Here we go.
It's our big hit.
Twins.
Sisters, sisters, there were never such devoted sisters.
Stacey is the one who's always got my back.
Yeah, Darcey's love life, that's a lot to unpack.
True.
Caring, sharing, every little thing that we are wearing.
House of 11, we've had lots of guy trouble, that's well known.
I've got a fiancé and she's alone.
Wow.
All kinds of weather, we stick together, the same in the rain or sun. We got tight faces, but in tight places, we think and we act as one. Take it, Darcey.
Manifest our twin power.
Scooter bapa dee bahada
Adapa-da, do the twins. Up-a-dapa. Hat-a-ga. Ooh, my boobs shake when I do that. Ooh. Hoo-ha.
I'm free. I love you. I'm free. Have some more bubbles on me. This was so... Why did they start singing?
I think
Why did they do
chanting.
anything?
Who?
But it's...
What?
Not,
What?
they only have the same, like, 6 phrases. Empowered. Free.
They really...
Yes, sir, better.
Strong woman. You're a strong, free woman.
Strong, empowered, free.
You're strong and free.
Free power.
Free power.
At the villa.
The villa.
They seriously...
This does look nice.
They have a list of like 20 phrases
They do.
they just repeat over and over again. It's ridiculous.
If they signed up for Grammarly, it would never say, "Congratulations, you used 4 new words this week." It would just say,
Grammarly.
just so you know, at 100's not a word. It's not a phrase we use.
Snatched. I want to look snatched.
Don't give me, don't. I'm not going to go to the end yet. Y'all, welcome to Darcey and Stacey.
The finale.
Yes, season 2.
Season 2 finale.
We were confused. We just figured it out during our Plathville podcast. Y'all, it's 11 episodes because...
House of 11.
House of 11. 11.
He loved love.
Love,
Their brother.
So it's 11 episodes over the drama and under the knife. Now, y'all, spoiler alert. Not spoiler alert, actually, but surprise. Darcey and Stacey's coming back in January.
Which seems very early.
Where, I mean, we're getting... This is what I think happened. They did as kind of much as they could. COVID shit, like, forced everything to fuck them. And they said, let's take, like, a part 2. So they're going to pause, and then they filmed the rest, I bet, after COVID.
So they probably... What do you mean after COVID? We're still in COVID.
But I mean, like, after everything was super shut. Because how is Aniko going to do a fucking pageant?
True. So maybe they started up again in... maybe they're still filming.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
They're probably filming now.
Yeah.
So, which is going to be almost like they just did Christmas, January. So, yeah, that's what I think. But anyway, also, it's going to be back in January, season 3. In the trailer, we see Aniko doing a pageant. We see Darcey and Stacey with their new faces.
Yeah.
We see, Darcey, I think, freaking out about pageant stuff, which is going to give me life. We see no Georgi. Georgi Porgy.
I still think they're together.
Don't see him. Nowhere. Couldn't be found. Not coming round.
So
He's gone. I'm done.
okay, good.
He's gone. Your baby's gone. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Ow! That last kind of broke. That note broke.
Too much.
I was going. She's gone all out. Oh, when a wrong. That's where I went.
Yeah, I'd say I don't. That's a one-hit wonder. It's on the Maddie's Honkin' Tonkin' mix, though.
Who is it even by?
It's Down. Came a Blackbird sitting in the mirror.
Wow. Down came. Come on.
Oh, it was a very popular song the year it came out. I loved it. I loved it a lot.
We need to move on.
Lila McCann.
Wow.
Lila McCann.
No, that's the first and last time I will ever hear that name, hopefully.
You know what? It was very popular for 1997. I was a senior.
But you exclusively listen to country music, right?
I did a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wasn't the group I hung with. Like, I would have been listening to Pearl Jam.
All my friends listened to that.
Yeah.
Well, except for the guy that I was in love with, who was straight.
What did he listen to?
He listened to country music.
No, you just said all my friends. Oh, you and all your friends listened to
pop and grunt, except for the guy that I was in love with, my crush. He was listening to country music.
And so the
one that you met that came over to our house.
You basically started a trend that you be your whole life is whatever person you were in love with, you would just do.
I don't do that anymore. I don't do that anymore. But you know where I get it from? My mother.
Good way to throw her a bus.
No, that's what she does. Whatever boyfriend she's dating, she's into whatever they're into.
I'm saying you're saying you would do that.
No, I'm saying I used to do that. Oh yes, yeah.
I will do the opposite of them, and then they will need to think that I'm ignoring them, and then they'll come and convince me that I should be it.
There you are, y'all. Dysfunction comes in many different ways, and we just gave you 2 examples.
Exactly. This is the finale episode. I wouldn't say a ton happened here.
It didn't even... I kind of thought if they're coming back in January, I wanted this to lead us. I wanted this to be more of a cliffhanger.
I was kind of shocked that they started to give us a cliffhanger and they didn't.
Let's just talk about it. They should have totally left it where we think
it looked
Georgie
like
Georgie
go to
the airport.
Was going to go to the airport and meet Darcey and STACEY, or otherwise known as Darcey 2.0.
You know what? We didn't talk about doing a scene, but I forgot. Great. We're not going to do it now, but I know the scene we're going to do.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
I'm glad we talk about these things beforehand, and then they just get thrown on me during the podcast.
Yeah, you've never thrown anything on me.
That's why we discuss.
But you've never thrown anything on me.
Rarely. So the Georgie, anyway, Georgie's calling her back, and this is right after she's broken up with him.
This is amazing. She was like, I feel free. Oh, 1 second, he's calling again. Believe this.
I have to answer
it. So he calls, and he's like, I don't want this one to end. And Darcey immediately goes into her.
I'm not a weak woman. I'm a strong woman.
I want a strong man who walks up to the mountain with me, hand in hand.
Mountain
with me. Mountain.
Y'all, that's like important for me. She's gonna take me up to the mountain.
And Georgie says this is never gonna be perfect. But then you're like, I agree. But then he says that's weakness, and I went,
yeah, I hated that. She's like, fine. I send you blessings and peace.
And please. You can leave the key under the mat.
Y'all, the thing about it is, when someone says, I send you blessings and peace, that is the last, they're telling you to go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I would much, and then of course STACEY says,
stamp on the envelope of goodbye.
Yeah. STACEY says, you're a strong woman. Get your back.
And so Darcey says, as much as I want to be engaged, she's like, I have to end this. I have to. And then they leave, y'all. And so we get back home, and Georgie's feeling like sad Georgie.
And you can tell he's been crying.
Yeah, he is sad. He's feeling, and he's like, the producer's talking to him, and he's like, first of all, you break up on the phone. That's fucked up. I agree. Mm-hmm. But you got to think of Darcey can't break up with somebody in person.
She she owed him. They were engaged. She owed him definitely a in-person breakup.
She did. But what happens, y'all, is that she tries to break up with him, and then he'll either take off his shirt or his unzip his pants, and that huge Bulgarian dick comes out.
It's not even that. He just has to like brush her face or show her any attention. Yeah.
Why do you make me shudder?
Yeah.
You make me feel like a woman.
I love you so much. That would be it, but it's y'all. In engagement, you need to see them in person.
You do.
It's just that's bad.
You do.
And
because
not
if he
just
did
for
that to
you,
Darcey,
oh my God,
Darcey would have said, "I can't believe you're doing this on your phone. I'm your fiance."
But I'm saying not just for you to do it, but for the other person, I should say. But for you need that closure.
Yeah.
Because this will not feel like enough closure.
It's like when my high school girlfriend had her friend read her note to me. That was not appropriate.
And you know what? I thought you two were really meant,
I thought
meant
we
for
were
each
going
other.
to work out.
Yeah.
Wasn't cool.
Read your note.
Then I called her back. I said, that was shitty. God, I was
She's
such
like,
a twink.
you're a queen.
She was like, yeah, you suck dicks.
So the y'all we're back in Turkey, and they're at the villa, and the producer's like, so how's it going? And Darcey's like, still processing my emotions. But you know, he can talk to it's fine with me. He can talk to Jesse. He can talk to Tom. He can talk to Timbuktu for he wants.
I don't care.
I wonder if she realizes that Timbuktu is a city or not a person.
Maybe. I mean, but it is crazy because you're like, but you still talk to his ex and never acknowledge that it was unfair. It's shitty.
I think there's a broad consensus that a lot of us are Team Georgi.
A lot of us are. We're like, Georgi, at least in the Sissy Squad, a lot of people are like, Darcey.
That's our Facebook group, y'all. Join us. We have fun in there.
We do. And y'all, we have a charity every month in the Sissy Squad.
Yeah.
This month, it's Fun Texas Choice. Did I get it right?
You did, but it's almost like you're saying Fun Texas Choice, but it's Fund Texas Choice.
Fun
It's
Texas.
a Fun Texas Choice.
Fund Texas
There you go.
Choice.
The D is important, as we know.
As we know. I agree with you on that.
Let's
180%.
Let's not Mickey Mouse this. Fund Texas Choice is in response, or that charity is helping out in response to Texas's SB 8, which makes it almost illegal to have an abortion for all intents and purposes in the state of Texas.
This isn't an abortion law. This is
this is not funding abortion. This is an anti-woman law.
It's an anti-women
anti-choice law.
And so
anti-freedom law at that.
Really an anti-freedom. So that's why we have raised money for that. How much have we raised in the squad?
About $6,500.
Well, we just got an email, and a person who runs a nonprofit in Texas listens to us and said they did not know about this organization, and their nonprofit just donated $5,000.
Woohoo!
So look at that. I said I want to hit $10,000 by the end of the month, and you know what? I manifested it. Manifested it.
Yeah, you did it. You did it. All right.
Yeah. So, sissies. So, thank y'all for your support.
And there's a couple more days left to donate. So, if you're in the Sissy Squad and you haven't donated, or if you're not in the Sissy Squad, just want to donate to Fund Texas Choice, it's a Google. I'm sure it's tax deductible.
There you go. So, anyway, but for those sissies that reached out, that husband and wife,
thank you so much.
You.
That is lovely.
We love y'all. We appreciate y'all.
That's a one more stroke for freedom.
For freedom. Hopefully, we'll see you, and we'll see you. Let us know when we go to Texas if we once Texas gets their shit together, like Covidia or Florida. But when we come, let us know if we go to City Year. We'll give you a free VIP for that.
That's it.
There you go. Wait, you said that kind of like that's it.
And I meant it.
And a free T-shirt. I thought you were jumping
a free drink ticket.
No. Anyway,
free drink ticket.
Okay. So, what happened?
Oh God. Anyway, so they are they're going to the consult for their final transformation.
Doctor's cute.
Oh yeah, I beg for it.
Oh, please.
Turkish boys. I've seen some of them.
Their face.
Maybe. Maybe.
Wow.
Get new boobies.
Yeah.
And so they
I bet you've seen their Turkish delight.
Ooh. So they're basically, the doctor's like, so what can I what do you need from me? And I wrote down, how much time you got, doctor?
How much time do you got? And so she's like, well,
those are abs.
And she's like, we're gonna see. We want a Barbie nose,
small waist, hourglass.
Hourglass. We want smart boobs.
Abs.
I want a lip lift, nipples. Can you make my nipples smaller? And I love it. How Darcey's like, she's like, I don't have any breasts because Aniko or Aspen, she sucked me dry. Breasts are forever. No breast tissue. Suck me dry. Got nothing in there.
Smaller nits are sexy.
Yeah. And Stacey's like, mine's spread. My nip's spread. Yeah.
Darcey's like, yep, I don't know anything about that.
Don't know anything about that.
Now, I will say, y'all, they're talking about this trend of having smaller nipples, and, we're not advocating any of this.
I like some big old nips.
This did feel like I was sitting here, and even just as a man, it made me feel a little bad because they were just telling them all the standards of beauty they wanted to do.
To me, y'all, when you watch Darcey and Stacey, if you take, and you're a woman, because we're not women, as much as Poodle tries, I know you're about to say something. If you take this personally, it's not about you. What I watched when I saw this is, and we can see that they talk about this later, how kind of this is their own
psychosis issues.
Yes, their own psychosis issues. Their standard has nothing to do with you. I love some big old nips.
So I'm saying don't by no means this is not normal plastic surgery.
Yeah. Don't take this to nip.
Yeah.
This is not,
and you don't have to have a certain nipple or areola.
No.
Or breast tissue, or you don't have to have a snatched abs.
I did appreciate when Stacey said to the doctor, she's like, look, we like the fake boob look. In fact, we like the fake everything.
She did say, we don't want natural at all.
No, we don't want to look realistic. But
we need to look like we're built in a lab.
I kind of respect that.
Yeah.
And on their way, y'all, they're owning what they want to look like.
Fat boobs.
And they don't care. And a lot of this, we realize, they want to look more like twins because they don't think they look enough alike.
And this kind of broke me here because it tells you that after 46 years of living as twins, they still don't feel like they have someone who will always be there for them, and that they still feel alone in this world.
Nobody's going to...
And being and looking alike might make them less alone.
There you go.
And I had that thought, and I went, holy fuck. Out of all this, more 20. I love, she's like, we're not about that natural look at all.
Yeah, so...
They're such cartoons. I can't see how anyone would get offended.
I don't think so.
They're cartoons.
Yeah.
And you can't even be angry at a cartoon.
And I don't mean, we say cartoons not in a negative way. We're cartoons.
Yeah.
And we know that. And they know that. That's why when Stacey was like, we don't like the realistic look, I was like, good for you. I actually went, because there's so many people that have this self-perception of they get this plastic work done and they think they look, it's like emperor's new clothes.
Now, I'm going to have one thing. Darcey said, this is the first time I'm having surgery on my face.
I was shocked by that.
That's bullshit.
I think she would admit it.
I know, that was shocking.
But it is, actually, when I think about it, it's pretty amazing what fillers can do.
She's also I know she's had brow lift though. Like when that season when her brow was all the way up to her hairline.
I actually don't know if she has had a brow. Because if you look at her compared to Stacey, her brow's a little bit lower.
That's true. Maybe she hasn't.
I think
she's had a lot of fillers though.
But she's had a lot of fillers. And you can look like you get a brow lift when you get Botox. And she's had so much Botox.
Yeah. Yep. Do you think Stacey's had surgery?
I think they both haven't done anything to their face.
Yeah, this is the first time.
I believe that. Then they said that.
I had never thought that might be possible. Maybe you're right.
I'm kind of surprised, though, that they don't. At this point, you're 46. If you're going to get a nose job and you're doing all this, I would have just done the facelift. I'm probably going to do mine around 50 anyway. Well, I'm serious.
You'll look like a cat.
No, that's a good age to do a facelift if you're going to do it.
Because 60 is when it's too late.
You still have some elasticity in your skin.
Oh, I see.
So it's actually a lot of people don't wait till you're 65 years old to do a facelift. That's not when
Let's not give out medical advice.
I'm not giving out medical advice. I'm just telling you what my mother told me.
When did she do hers?
I think she did hers she was around 50. Everybody I know.
Really?
Yeah.
I just don't want a facelift.
Now.
No, I think my face is great the way it is.
You don't have to look at it.
Oh, wow. The only thing I've ever wanted to have done is my under eyes filled.
Totally don't get it if you don't want to get it. I totally know that one day I will want to get one.
What's the reason though?
Because my brow. That's why I do. But I'm due for my appointment. My brow's a little hooded now, but as I get older, I'm
You'll
just going to look
like
angry.
One of those dogs with its. What are those dogs? The rumples in their heads. People are screaming.
Shar-Pei.
Yeah.
So I'll just get. I actually don't know if I'll get a facelift. Honestly.
Yeah.
Probably just more of a forehead lift, and I had these little sad eyes, and my dad, he had to get surgery so I know my light won't get in my eyes anyway, probably.
It's so full on, Shar-Pei.
Yeah, his eyes were droopy. He had to get it done. So I'll probably get my eyes done in a forehead lift. That's probably what I'll do. I don't want them to make my eyes go sideways.
Yeah.
Like when that look looks cat look.
Yeah.
And then I don't want my lips.
So it's not a full face
So
lift.
I don't think I'll do a full, just more of a brow. That's why my mom did brow lift.
I think that's fine. Yeah, especially if your skin is lopping over your face.
Fine. If you want to get a fucking full on facelift, you get it.
For me, I want to look like myself.
Yeah, I think that's fine. But I think sometimes for some people, like for me, with my brow being furrowed, sometimes your inside
I agree.
Doesn't match what you feel like your outside should be. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like I'm a pretty... I try to be a pretty joyful, I'm pretty happy in my life person, and people would ask me, they'd be like, "Are you upset?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not upset at all."
I have tried not to get you to frown, but
it's just the way my face is. So,
like as they called Darcey and STACEY, a monchichi.
So yeah, so it's fine. You don't want to get one, and I 100% respect that. Cut to Gary. Can you roll this tape 10 years from now when I show up 6 months after I've had my forehead lift and we can't find Poodle because he's in surgery?
I'll just get someone to say, if someone ever tells me that you look younger than me, I'll definitely do it.
Well, you do
because I have young genes.
Just because you fuck young people doesn't mean their genes are still in you.
I've ingested so much young DNA.
But this was a good conversation because if you don't want it, don't. If you do, great. Again, as we said before, Darcey and STACEY are way more than the plastic surgery. We're only talking about it a lot now because they talked about it so much.
I guess my thing is I can't even understand it. I can't understand why anyone would want to get a surgery that would not make them look realistic.
I wouldn't want that either.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. That's kind of where I'm going because I want natural. I understand.
I think that's a lot of Instagram culture when it's just what you see.
Kim Kardashian
looks, and you see that all the time.
Yep.
And suddenly you go, well, wait a minute.
Like what's normal?
Maybe those huge lips look good. That does not look good to me.
Yeah, I would only want natural.
Never get my lips done because I don't like that look at all.
Yeah.
But a lot of people do. I wouldn't even do the Botox on the lip. A lot of people do their upper, because if you Botox your upper lip, it makes your lip kind of curve up a little bit more.
My lips are plenty big. I don't need it anymore.
Please. Please.
Anyway, where were we? Oh, so they're going to the Turkish bath, and they said, we're getting cleansed. We're new. We're rebirthed.
And yes, so they're in the bath. And
Scrub a bubble.
Purify my soul and body. And then Stacey's like, Darcey's like, this place is really old.
Transformation.
It's really old. It's like, born like
1500s.
And then Stacey's like, imagine how many people have all been washed here. And Darcey says, Cleopatra. And I'm like, I don't
Someone needs to get you a history book. You're about 1,500 years or more than that, probably.
Years
yeah.
Off. Yeah.
And a couple hundred miles.
Yeah. It's not like they just took a
she didn't take an Airbus.
Yeah, an Airbus just to pop over to Turkey.
Yeah. Maybe our snake is around here somewhere.
Oh.
So they are, of course, I think with her Darcey and Stacey said, oh, my lash.
Oh, that's Stacey. She's like, "Ugh." And then she just takes off her lash. And y'all, there's just two little sad eyelashes.
Two spiders.
Two little spiders just sitting there on the sill.
Later on, she says, Darcey said, I feel like my past has been scrubbed away.
Everything's been washed away. I'm a new Darcey. I feel like I'll heal along. And that's when she starts singing, I'm free.
I'm free. And I wrote down, are they singing? Are they actually singing here?
They are.
Then they start dancing topless. God bless.
God bless.
This was probably a producer encouragement.
And
but
I enjoyed
I'm happy with it. Shall we take...
Yes, I just want to say, I just kept hearing the whole time that I want to break free. I
want to break free.
I wish they could have bought the rights to that song.
No, they don't have enough money.
Yeah, they never have.
That's Queen. That's very expensive.
Yeah.
We're going to take a little break, y'all, and we'll see you in a bit.
Daddy Silva looks hot in an ice cream shop or wherever they are.
Did you notice that? And I don't know if I've noticed it before. Was Daddy Silva missing a tooth on the side?
What?
I'd never seen it before.
What?
He opened his...
I bet they're probably having to replace his CIA communicator. That's probably what it is.
That's how they send him messages.
Yes. Yep.
We need you to go Chile, Chinese National.
He's like, I gotta leave. Are you excited about the new James Bond movie? I know you love James Bond movies.
I am excited about.
Have you seen all of them?
Daniel Craig.
I don't know if I have or not.
I kind of started missing a lot of the Daniel Craig. I've seen most of them.
Who's your favorite James Bond? Richard Moore or
Roger Moore?
Roger Moore. I've never seen a Bond with him.
Those are pretty good. I think Sean Connery is the best.
My name's Sean Connery.
I will say,
Bond.
Pierce Brosnan was kind of perfect because he had that like cool. I think Daniel Craig is different though because he's got this. He's like this like rugged masculinity of him.
I believe I remember when he was cast, a lot of people were against it.
Yeah,
and
no, it works for me.
No, it works, but the author, who I think is now not alive, Ian Fleming, said that was what he imagined. Mm-hmm. This is the closest of what he imagined Bond to be.
I think he's, and this is not a negative thing, I think he's the least self-aware, less charming James Bond than we've had.
They wanted like a more kind of like,
yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see where they go.
Yeah.
Riveting. So maybe he lost it. So y'all,
Annika and Aspen and Daddy Silva are having lunch.
They're just talking about the pageant.
I mean, to be honest, all of these segments without Darcey and Stacey are non-compelling.
No, I mean it's basically like
there's no Sonic commercial this time.
I will say, good for Dad that he's like, sure, I'll do this, and good for him. So, but it is interesting listening to them talk about Aspen's like, so Mom's getting the nose job today, and Annika's like, oh, I'm scared of a lot of things. I don't want it to get botched.
Hope she doesn't get botched.
And Annika's like, I just hope she doesn't do too much. And the mom shows up, and the mom Nancy. Yeah, Nancy's like, I hope they don't get those big lips.
Yep. That's not going to happen.
It's Daddy Silva's word. It does not crack me up, but it reminds us that y'all, even people in their own house are like, well, what are we going to get now?
Yeah.
Like, how close are we to Jan the Muppet?
And I think it's an interesting place to be, because the thing is, I kind of wish they had a little, I think they do realize they're cartoons, but they don't let on to it. I think in every social media thing, they almost go heavier with their filters now.
There is. They realize they're cartoons, but they don't. But it's like a deep knowing, but not like a consciousness.
No.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And I think
their Instagram filters are... Y'all, they look like fucking Japanese anime. Like, I actually thought it was a cartoon.
Real.
It does not look real.
Yeah.
Like, you can't even see the curvature of their eye. It just looks like flat white paper.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that tells you, though, that's the kind of Instagrams they're used to, like, looking at and seeing. It's just...
Right.
So it's normal to them.
I think things are going to swing back the other way in about 10 years. I think there'll be less of that, kind of like how in the 80s it was like huge hair, overly done makeup. We went to a different place in the 90s. I think things will be different.
Well,
let's hope so.
Style by Poodle. I hope you're right.
Yeah. So
who knows?
They're basically, after that, the mom says, well, God is with them. So blah, blah, blah.
And they all like say, amen, amen. And then they look over, Aniko looks over at her grandpa and he's like, oh yeah, amen. And y'all, they don't, but he was receiving a message. He was listening.
Yeah.
He was listening.
Got to go kill someone at the Turkish consulate.
It's true. Y'all, so it's the day of the surgery. Darcey's behind Stacey, popping up Stacey's boobs, going like, they're going to get higher. They'll be round and high.
And they talk about as kids, they were bullied. They were called troll dolls.
What are monchichis?
Monchichis?
I got to look this up.
Little furry things. A lot of times people will call that with like curly hair.
Oh, I love monchichis.
Yeah, but you can imagine being a little girl, it wasn't the nicest thing to be called.
That's so mean.
Yeah. Kids are mean.
Kids are mean. Isn't it crazy how...
And they said they didn't have any friends. And I was like, boy, and all this is showing up in your current adulthood.
And but the thing is they know it. She even says, maybe this is because kind of a feeling of we just never felt cool. We felt inadequate. So my favorite line is when Darcey said because they're getting the boobs lifted, she's like, makes us look taller. I'm like, you're 5'2".
No, they're not even 5'2".
Like
they're like 4'10", 4'11".
It's fine.
They're tiny.
They are tiny.
And what's interesting is the more boob weight you put on, that does make them top heavy.
Yeah, it does. And the producer says, who are you doing it for? And Darcey says, I'm doing it for me. Where Stacey says, sometimes I do feel the pressure to feel younger with Florian, but I know that he loves me the way that I am. So y'all, they're kind of, and they're kind of doing this, but they take on this way that like, that's where Darcey says, and it made me sad when Darcey's like the Jessies, the Toms, the Georgies.
They did a super cut of her relationship show of Jesse's dad saying, this one is so beautiful. The Philly fanatic, as I called it.
And Georgie even saying that, she doesn't have less wrinkles. And Darcey says, they're just as bad as bullies. And he went,
and they are.
That is sad.
Yep. She's dated some real losers.
It really is true that people that are showing up in your life today are ripples of your childhood experience.
Yeah.
And the people that you let into your life or don't let into your life, whether you've learned or not, it's crazy how...
Yeah. Also, she has told people how to treat her in relationships.
Yeah.
And she has told what she accepts. And until she changes that behavior, it's going to continue.
Yeah, when she first gets in relationships, how does Darcey act? She wants a man to protect her. Remember?
Yep.
My big British man.
Yep.
My big, wherever Jesse's from. Amsterdam. My Bulgarian, she wants these men to and she's like, oh yeah, protect me, daddy. Do whatever you want to me, dad.
Right.
So she kind of does that in the bedroom. And then she almost wants them to make decisions in life. But then when she gets comfortable, she wants to have control.
She wants to call the shots. Yeah.
She wants to call the shots, but then they're not used to that.
Because she's worried about them leaving her.
She wants to then control so they don't leave. Because if she lets them keep controlling, they're going to ruin her life.
Right.
It's self-fulfilling prophecy versus plus self-sabotage, and it's a bad combo.
Agree.
Anyway.
So they're at the doctor's. They get the double room, the twin room.
The twin room, Stacey's a little nervous, so Darcey decides she pees herself because they're laughing.
Oh, a little piddle puddle. Little piddle puddle from my boba. Whoa.
So she goes and puts on a diaper.
I laugh pretty fucking hard.
I will say, they can really crack each other up. I'm sure.
You know what?
I'm sure they're a lot of fun.
Watching them crack each other up with her in a diaper, I was like, this is the kind of shit Jake and I do.
I so wish you guys, Darcey and Stacey, if you're listening, you're probably not, but our live show in New York, you can come from Connecticut.
Come.
We would give you 2 free drink tickets.
We can't pay you because then TLC tries to sue us. It's a conflict of interest.
We would even give you 3.
We would give them more.
Although, I don't know. Darcey, after 3 drinks, I don't know. We don't want that.
We'd let them sing their new single.
That's true.
Do It Big.
We'd let them sing Do It Big.
We would.
Or Do It something. I don't know what the
We go
thing is.
big.
Go big. We go big.
I like them big. Oh,
Yeah.
wait. That's our song. That's our song.
I like them big. Big dicks. Big dicks. Popping bottles.
So anyway, y'all. So then it's surgery time. The nurse comes and gets them. They wheel them out, and then I give it to them. They come out of surgery, and cameras are there, lights up, and they're all bandaged up.
I would never allow myself to be videotaped after surgery. Ever.
You would have to pay me a lot of money, and by a lot of money, I mean like at least like $10 million.
That's a lot of money.
I would not do it for $5 million.
Wow.
I would not.
Because you'd look like you'd gone 8 rounds with Joe Frazier.
It's always there.
Yep, that's true.
It's always going to be on the interwebs for people to see.
I think if you've been like those two and you've been on television for a while.
And if I get to that level, people are already going to see my Rosebud pics that I sent on Grindr. So you know what? Maybe I'll do it for $10,000. Anyway, y'all, they get out of the hospital room, and now I think it's a time that we weren't planning on it for us to do something.
Yes, an unplanned, my favorite.
Yes, y'all, it's a reality gaze theater. Sometimes we should sing it for real. People might like it.
Next time.
Okay, I'll be playing the role of Darcey. Poodle's going to be playing Stacey. Picture it. We're in hospital beds. We're sleeping, and we wake up, and action.
Hey, Darce.
Boop.
You awake?
Hey.
Move down so I can see you.
Wait, what are you?
We made it.
I can't see you. Darce, where are you? Hold on.
Oh, there you are.
Let me move my bed back. Oh.
Cute nose.
Look at your nose.
I can't see because I don't have my contacts in.
Oh, look at your nose.
Just
It's
the
so pointy.
outline of it.
So pointy. We look more 20.
20.
We're Darcey. We're
20.
Stacey. We should have one name. Like
Starcy.
Darcey or Dracey.
Darjay.
Or or maybe this. Maybe
Daisy Dar.
Daisy. Stacey Bobacy.
Silvericious.
Banana Feta. I'm Darcey. That one doesn't work.
Stacey Darcey forever.
I like it. Let's do it. Let's do it. SDF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Juicy
Yeah.
lips. We got juicy lips.
Let me see your lips. Let me see your lips.
That's
They're big.
it.
They're big.
Here,
It's big.
This is the doctor coming in.
Oh.
Hello. You look lovely,
Thank you.
ladies.
Thank you.
Look lovely.
Thank you.
So,
So glad we did this with you.
So I should tell you, we did take a lot of fluid out of both of you for your liposuction.
Oh yeah. I
I
had some fat in it. I don't know about Stace, but I had some.
We did 3 liters for you, Darcey,
Oh, I bet you had more for Stacy. Yeah,
and
she probably
4.5 liters for her.
Yeah. She knew she had a lot more. You okay with that, Stace?
Yeah, that's fine. You know,
That's like- yeah,
because I got a husband.
Yeah, them back rolls.
I got a husband.
Yeah, them back rolls.
You're alone.
Thank you, doctor.
And see,
Scene.
y'all, the best phrase Darcey has ever heard is when Stacey had more fluid taken out of her.
Yep.
1.5 liters more.
That's a lot of fluid.
It is. It is. Yeah.
That's a lot of fluid.
I guess fat, though. I think it's fat fluid.
Y'all, they didn't really allude to this. This was a very dangerous surgery.
I think, though, they had a lot of stuff done at the same time.
And liposuction is not a safe thing to
No,
do.
it's not. Especially when you're a little older.
Yeah.
Yeah. People die during lipo, I think, don't they?
Yeah. I think somebody famous, their mom died from it.
Riveting.
They were no.
Y'all,
They were either
you listen to our show for the informative purposes. Somebody famous, their mom died of it.
they were either a singer or a athletic player.
That narrows it down. Yeah. Let's move on. Georgie's been calling, but it's 2 weeks later, and Darcey's coming back today, and Georgie decides, because we have nothing left for him to do,
Yeah.
it's time to go see someone to tell him a little bit about how he should be in relationships. This is why I was a little misdirected here, because you know how I love to talk about Joseph Campbell and the hero's journey, where the hero goes away and then has to learn something about themselves, and then they process, and then they come back, and then they're redeemed somehow. And so we kind of start to see this. He's trying to, he understands he needs to work harder. Even though, does he really? Or does Darcey just need to, they need to have a better understanding of how to communicate?
Well, you do think Georgie comes away with this maybe a little changed, a little different. Y'all, he's going to see Octavia, his ex-wife.
He gives her a copy of the divorce, and she's like, why couldn't this have been emailed to me?
Now, I want to know your opinion, because I posted something on the squad, and they were kind of 50-50 about this. But I should also make it clear, like, I loved having her on this show. That I was like, give this woman more airtime. And people were like, oh my God, she's such a fame whore. I really wasn't into her at all. And I'm like, no, that's kind of why I enjoyed her, because she is, I don't know where she's thinking she's going to go, but this woman wants to be on a housewife show. Like nobody's
She does. I think she was playing her role to the max.
Yeah.
Does she really have that much to offer? I don't think so. I didn't like or really dislike her. I think I laughed sometimes.
Yeah, she made me laugh.
A lot of it, I think she would have come off better if she seemed like she was trying to do the right thing for Georgie and Darcey.
She doesn't give a fuck about
She doesn't
them.
give a fuck about.
She said that.
Yeah. And
She full on said that.
I will say that was refreshing, but
yeah, because he starts to talk to her, and she said, I don't know if we're divorced or not. And Georgie, he gives her a thing, and like you said, she was like, could he email me? And so then she says, Octavia's like, she's like, why do you have to be so dramatic, though, and meet up with me? Because you're on a television show.
Exactly.
But anyway, she's like, and he's like, I wasn't trying to be dramatic. She's like, I think you were, but it's okay.
It's that
She kind of breaks the wall.
It is, and it's a little passive aggressive at the same time. And
it made me laugh.
You can tell she's still got resentment.
She's still, you know why?
She remembers that Bulgarian D.
It's the dick that got away. And you're torn because you're like, do I put up with that bullshit for that amazing
for that D?
Y'all, he's also a massage therapist.
It's true.
So he's great in bed. The things he can do the things that he can do at a Panera under the table with his hands, he can finger rock you to Saturn and back.
And that's even after the broccoli cheese soup. And the bread bowl.
Now you want that, don't you?
Yes. I always want broccoli cheese soup.
In that bread bowl.
God. I can eat a whole bread bowl. And I will say, you feel like shit after you've eaten the whole bread bowl of broccoli cheese. Like, it's so rich.
You're never going to shit for 3 days.
No, but God, it's good going down. Ooh. Anyway, I just went somewhere.
You did. So he's like, she says, look, you need it. He's like, yeah, but you were talking to Darcey. And she's like, look, tell your fiance I don't need to talk to her about your anger issues.
She's like, well, we're not together. And she's like, what the fuck?
No, that was later.
Yeah.
But yeah, because he's like, just mind your business. She's like, calm down. I'm not Darcey. She's like, I don't do this. And he's like, stay in your lane. And she's like, he tells her, she said, when I was doing your taxes, that's when I saw you were on a Sugar Mama website. He said, no. And she's like, okay, sure. Like, she really kind of has this refreshing, but...
Yeah, I can see it that way, and I can also see it as, why are you on if you don't want to help him? I mean, does feel...
But when she said, what the fuck?
That was funny.
Because she was totally like, why are you wasting my time? Why are you wasting my time?
And then she says, what did you do? She blames him.
Exactly. And she makes a good point. She's like, look, when you're in a good relationship, there isn't a power struggle.
Yeah.
With Georgie, there's always a power struggle.
Yeah.
So, and she said, this is a great line, and Darcey's terrible at taking this. She said, there's the truth, and then it's your truth.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has your own truth, but the work is actually, so you have your truth, I have my truth. What is the truth in our relationship, and where does that lie? Octavia's a wise bitch.
She is. I just wish it wasn't delivered in such a self-serving reality TV moment.
It was.
Yeah.
She does tell Georgie, she's like, you have the essence of a good man.
You need to be vulnerable.
Like, when you're nice, you're nice. But when you're not, you are not. And this is the first time that I went, well, I guess all that shit Darcey was saying about Georgie, about him being kind of, combative.
He's aloof, though. He's not vulnerable.
And I guess Darcey I didn't really believe a lot of that she said. I thought it was in her head, and I did more.
I think you can chalk it up to him being Eastern European, but it does seem a little much.
But as she said, no, I've dated a lot of European men.
And she has.
Remember when I took that sabbatical in college? I fucked everybody on the... Come and take a spin
on the Dick Riviera.
She let him stick it in on the Dick Riviera.
Good times on the Dick Riviera.
Times. Everyone gets a prize.
Everyone's a winner.
Everyone.
So y'all, basically he just leaves, or she leaves and says, I don't have time for this trifling.
I'm out. This is foolishness.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
So y'all, it's the day of. We're making our final transformation and the reveal.
Can't wait to show Florian.
And Florian's picking them up with flowers.
And remember when Darcey loved it when STACEY was called fatter than her?
Yeah.
STACEY gets her revenge whenever she arrives, and she does what a normal person does. She runs to Florian. She holds her boobs because her boobs are sore. She runs to Florian, and she gives him a hug. And do you see how Darcey kind of looks around like someone farted?
Yes.
Well, just
okay, kiss your husband. I'm fine.
That's a lot of tongue.
Florian also says, I'm worried that STACEY look like zombie. That is a fair Fair issue.
That is a fair issue. So, so they walk outside and they're like, well, do you want to see? And they're still wearing, like, it's 2 weeks later, but they're still wearing, I don't think
bandages.
they did, but it almost looks like they got their eyes done.
I think they did.
That's where I was confused, y'all. They got their noses done. Why are they going to tape up the side of your face?
I don't know. Maybe someone knows something about that.
Maybe it's a flying thing. They worried about swelling.
That's an idea.
Whatever it is, it looked like they got their eyes done.
So y'all, they take off their masks, and poor Florian, bless him, just goes, "Das Vampir."
What do you think? Do you do I look pretty? Do I look the same as before? Does it look worse?
No.
Do you still love me?
Yeah. More snatched.
Oh, I look snatched. Okay.
You're perfect. Please don't hurt me.
You look snatched.
Snatched.
Okay. Y'all, that's all
He just looks back and forth, y'all, and there's fear in his eyes.
Florian saying more snatched made me laugh for 3 minutes full out. I actually had to pause the television. I'm not kidding, y'all.
And then at one point she's like, "Kiss me," and he's just like, "No kiss now."
No kiss now.
And
Lips come off.
She finally does that. He's like, "Whoa." Y'all, because stuff is still moving around on their faces, and it probably gave him Albanian folktale PTSD.
Maybe.
About 2 women who live in the mountains and whose faces change.
And this is really they shit the bed, we thought. Georgie we already talked about this, but he is driving and he's talking about how he has a lot of regret, how he wants to respect Darcey's wishes, how he really wants to get it right, and he loves her, and he really wants to be happy together. And we think he is going to show up at the airport.
Yeah.
And I thought he's going to show up at the airport. He's going to get out of the thing. Darcey's going to turn to look at him, and then, or he at least shows up and we see him and Darcey in the background, and then blackout.
And
instead, we see him get out at his apartment complex, and he's like,
in New York, it looked like.
But I'm going to respect her wishes, and I'll just be alone.
I don't know why they did this now.
I don't know.
It was strange.
Stacey and Darcey are together, and Stacey looks at her sister, and Darcey's like, well, I miss him still. I still miss him still. I'm still in love, Stace. Still in love, Stace.
Oh, come here. Come here, you old softy.
We got this.
And then one's ear falls off.
Oh. No, that's the show. That's the season.
Show. That's the season.
So it's called season 3. So January
it's officially
is going to be
3.
season 3.
Okay.
You can check out the trailer.
2.5 or anything like that.
Y'all. So, hey, as we said before, we bought the website. We won it in a bidding war.
Furious bidding war.
I have to look at this. Let me see. Y'all, realitygaze.com is now ours. Because we bought it. No more porn.
Only when we want it to be.
Yes, this is really. We talked about this on the Patreon.
Unless it's creamy shoulders.
Shoulders. We haven't talked about this on the free feed shows. Really huge shout out to Sissy Alexis.
Yay! And Sissy Suzette.
And also straight Sissy, Alexis' husband, Drew.
Thank you,
who works at
straight
GoDaddy,
Drew.
Who really helped walk us through that.
I have known very few Drews that weren't hot.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Not Andrews. I've known some Andrews.
Oh, Andrews. But I've known Drew.
Sketch.
Oh.
Drews, yeah.
You just waylaid me from thanking them because you were talking about hot
sorry.
Drews. And that's okay, because now I went to a place. So, y'all, anyway, yes, you can go to realitygaze.com.
realitygaze.com
to find out everything about...
It rolls off the tongue better than realitygazepodcast.com.
So go to realitygaze.com. You can go to our Instagram, realitygaze podcast. You can also click on that Linktree link on... I don't know if it's on the website yet, but if you go to our Instagram or if you click on the show notes, you'll see a Linktree link for Reality Gaze, and that's where you can find information to buy tickets to our live show.
Live shows. We have so much going on.
We do.
I'm exhausted.
Me too. We've got... and y'all... If you're sitting here thinking, I sure wish they'd finish those 90-day foodie call videos. Yeah,
one hand and piss in the other.
I think that was a 3 off, and that's all we did of that one,
Yeah.
y'all. Sorry about that.
The other ones suck anyway.
Wow.
That Russ and Powell one, y'all, that kind of did me in. Yeah. The Robert and Annie one was fun.
Oh, they're great.
I never finished one who was on the last one. I can't remember who that was. Oh, Sasha and Emily. I never watched that one.
Oh, I never watched that one either.
Yeah.
I'll have to. So she's pregnant again, I think, right?
Emily?
I think maybe she is. Whatever. I don't know. So y'all,
Sasha's probably fertile.
If you are going to the New York and Chicago show on that Friday night, we have plenty of seats. Basically, the other shows are sold out.
New York's got a couple left.
And by a couple, we mean like
12,
4.
I think now.
No, it's like 4.
Oh, wow.
So we've got very few seats. So, but if you want the meet and greet, again, for the New York show, look for meet and greet after party. Not VIP in New York. VIP is a special seating. You're going to see us.
Yeah,
you're not going to meet us.
And they fucked us.
So be sure.
And you're not going to fuck us unless your husband wants to.
Unless your husband wants to. We still don't know where we're going to set up Poodle's playground for all your straight husbands.
They need to be shirtless and preferably in Speedos.
And halfway, at least 2 sheets to the wind.
Exactly.
Anyway, y'all, we appreciate y'all so much. This has been a great ride. Be sure to if you're not listening to our Below Deck on this feed and to our regular 90 Day Fiance, then you're missing out.
You want more of us in
Below
your
Deck
life.
is good, y'all.
It's this season has been interesting, I will say. Compared to last season, it's been a little slow, but I'm enjoying telling golf stories as Captain Sandy.
Yeah.
So as long as I can do that, I'm good.
There you go. We call these. Oh wait, no, this is almost did the wrong show.
Yeah,
so
I know.
Y'all, if you're out there and you've got a twin, or maybe you don't have a twin, maybe you're just like that one British guy, the redheaded guy who says he looks like that singer. What's his name?
Ed Sheeran?
He looks just like Ed Sheeran.
I can't believe I just guessed Ed Sheeran out of that. We maybe should go on Pyramid because I can kind of know.
Maybe you speak Maddie.
Maybe.
As our friend Allie says.
I liked it when someone said, when you said Gwen Verdon for whoever that is, I screamed because I knew exactly what you were talking about too. And it was the gayest thing ever that you went, you know that woman? I went, Gwen Verdon?
Y'all, if you are looking at your life and you're thinking, I really want to be on Password and you don't know how to do it, Poodle, what's the way to get there?
You can manifest it.
Lord help the mister who comes between me and my sister. And Lord help the sister that comes between me and my man.